Get ready for the shocking truth of St. Patrick's Day in America.
On March 17, something unusual happens across the United States. Entire cities turn green, rivers change color, and millions of people gather in the streets wearing bright outfits. What was once a simple Irish religious holiday has transformed into one of the most visually striking celebrations in America. Even government landmarks, including the White House, take part in the tradition. But how did this happen? Why did the United States adopt this holiday so strongly? And why is it celebrated even bigger here than in Ireland itself? In this video, we explore the history, the spectacle, and the deeper meaning behind St. Patrick's Day in America. St. Patrick's Day originally began as a religious feast day dedicated to St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. It was observed quietly, focused on prayer, reflection, and family gatherings. There were no parades, no green rivers, and no massive public celebrations. In fact, for centuries, the holiday remained a solemn occasion. The transformation into what we see today did not happen in Ireland itself. Instead, it evolved far away, shaped by a completely different environment. This shift reveals how traditions can change dramatically when they move across cultures and borders. In the 18th and 19th centuries, millions of Irish immigrants arrived in the United States, many fleeing famine and economic hardship. They faced discrimination and struggled to find acceptance in their new country. St. Patrick's Day became more than a religious holiday, it turned into a symbol of identity and unity. Public celebrations allowed Irish communities to express pride in their heritage and demonstrate their presence in American society. Over time, these gatherings grew larger and more visible, gradually attracting attention from the wider population. New York City hosts one of the largest and oldest St. Patrick's Day parades in the world. The tradition dates back to 1762, making it older than the United States itself. Today, millions of spectators line the streets while thousands of participants march through the city. Bands, dancers, and cultural groups all contribute to the spectacle. The parade is not just entertainment, it represents continuity, connecting generations of Irish Americans through a shared public tradition that has survived for centuries. Chicago offers one of the most visually iconic elements of St. Patrick's Day. Every year, the city dyes its river a bright, vibrant green. What started as a small experiment by local workers has turned into an internationally recognized tradition. Crowds gather along the riverbanks to witness the transformation, which lasts only a few hours, but leaves a lasting impression. This moment perfectly captures how a simple idea can evolve into a powerful symbol of celebration. The White House also participates in the celebration, adding a layer of national recognition to the holiday. Each year, the fountain is dyed green, symbolizing respect for Irish American heritage. This act is largely symbolic, but it demonstrates how deeply St. Patrick's Day has become embedded in American culture. When even the highest level of government acknowledges a cultural celebration, it reflects its significance within the national identity. The color green dominates every aspect of the celebration. It represents Ireland, often called the Emerald Isle, due to its lush landscapes. Over time, wearing green became a central tradition in the United States. People dress in green clothing, decorate their homes, and even dye food and drinks. A playful custom also developed: those who forget to wear green get a friendly pinch. While lighthearted, this tradition reinforces participation and creates a shared experience. Music and dance are essential parts of the celebration. Traditional Irish instruments such as fiddles and flutes create a lively and energetic atmosphere. Irish step dancing performances attract large audiences, showcasing precision and discipline. These performances are more than entertainment, they are a way of preserving cultural heritage. Through rhythm and movement, traditions that are centuries old continue to live on in modern celebrations. One of the most commonly associated dishes with St. Patrick's Day in America is corned beef and cabbage. However, this meal is not traditionally Irish. It became popular among Irish immigrants in the United States because it was affordable and accessible. This detail highlights an important point: many traditions evolve based on environment and necessity. What people consider authentic is often shaped by history and adaptation rather than original practice. Today, St. Patrick's Day is celebrated in many countries around the world. However, the scale of celebration in the United States remains unmatched. Large cities host massive events, while smaller communities organize their own local festivities. The holiday has evolved into a global cultural phenomenon, but its most energetic and visible expression can still be found in America. St. Patrick's Day also has a significant economic impact. Restaurants, bars, and tourism industries see a major increase in activity. Cities invest in events and infrastructure to support large crowds. While the celebration is cultural in nature, it also functions as a powerful driver of economic activity, benefiting multiple sectors at once. Large public celebrations create a strong sense of belonging. Even people without Irish heritage participate, showing how shared experiences can unite individuals from different backgrounds. Events like these provide an opportunity to connect, celebrate, and temporarily step outside of daily routines. This psychological aspect helps explain why the holiday continues to grow in popularity. Several eyewitnesses described the terrifying moments when the shooting began. Some say they initially thought the loud popping sounds were fireworks, a common occurrence in busy nightlife areas. But within seconds, panic spread as people realized it was gunfire. Witnesses recall seeing individuals drop to the ground, others screaming, and many running for cover inside nearby businesses. One bystander described the scene as complete chaos, saying the sound of sirens quickly filled the air. Another witness mentioned how strangers helped each other, pulling injured individuals to safety behind parked cars and into doorways. These first-hand accounts paint a picture of confusion, fear, and sudden violence that unfolded in less than a minute but left lasting trauma. The version of St. Patrick's Day celebrated in the United States is not identical to the original Irish holiday. It has been expanded, modified, and adapted to fit a different cultural environment. This version is larger, louder, and more commercial, yet it also reflects the story of immigration and cultural blending that defines much of American history. Beyond the physical injuries and loss of life, the emotional impact of the shooting continues to ripple throughout the community. Survivors and witnesses may face long-term psychological effects, including anxiety, fear, and post-traumatic stress. Mental health professionals stress the importance of counseling and early support for those affected. Local organizations have stepped in to provide crisis counseling services and safe spaces for people to talk about their experiences. For many residents, returning to sick.
Now you know the shocking truth. Subscribe for more.